Yes, my people, it's your boy VRD back at you with another Train Sim World 5 video. And today we're going to be driving service 1 Sierra 83, the London Euston to my goodness. London Euston to Glasgow Central service from Preston to Carlisle, calling at Lancaster, Oxenholme, Penrith, and finally Carlisle, which is about a hour and a bit journey, about an hour and 20 minutes. So let's jump into this. Hopefully I remember to the correct way to set this thing up. We'll just quickly pop outside, get a nice little thumbnail to begin with. That looks gorgeous. I cannot lie. That actually looks gorgeous. Why was I born in 2000, man? Honestly, I missed out on traveling on these things by probably a few years, maybe about 5 years. I can't remember when they were taken out of service, but even then, I wouldn't have been old enough to remember. That's why I said 5 years. We'll return to the cab. I'll leave that door open for now, so we'll get the this lever here and this lever here. Oh yeah, of course, we got the dodgy AWS, the dodgy AWS that goes off even though there's no master key selected and all of that. Maybe that's how it is in reality. I don't know. Again, I can't really comment on it because I yeah, it's I'm too young to understand these things. I'm still trying to find that DSD switch, but I don't think it exists. I'm kind of losing hope now. I don't think it has a DSD switch, but I should have I should have checked on YouTube. I should have looked at other people's YouTube videos to see if there actually was a DSD switch or not. Oh, we got a whistle. Do you know what? We should actually hurry up. We really should hurry up. Can I get the doors unlocked now? Because that could help us save a bit of time. Yeah, okay, doors are unlocked. We'll get the doors unlocked while we're setting up. Because this is a slam door train, you see. So, realistically, the doors can be unlocked even though the train hasn't been set up yet. Because you know what I'm getting at. Right, enough waffling. Master key on. We won't bother doing the brake test. We'll just assume that's already been done. Parking brake is off. Marker light right on. Dimmer switch. No, we'll leave the dimmer switch on. I'm not even sure what that does, to be honest. Demister off. We'll leave that how it is. Cab heat switch. We'll leave that off. Headlight on. Marker left on. Tail lights off. Warm air switch off. Instrument light switch bright. Dim. Listen, the mistake I made last time of not turning the instrument light switch on. Oh, we got AI train sounding the horns now. Very interesting. That is a very nice touch. Okay, look at the developers up in their game. A man said the AI trains are sounding horns now. That is a really nice touch. I appreciate that. There we are. Let's have a look at the headlights. Oh yeah, the main headlight doesn't show until the reverser is in the forward position, so we'll actually go quickly do that now just to make sure it's working. Master switch. They call it a master switch on these older trains. Yep, that's working. You can hear the fans revving up a bit. To be honest, we could leave this in the forward position, but we'll just bring it back to neutral quickly till we're ready to leave. That's actually everything. we're gonna be running a bit late, but I don't care. Game time is about half an hour ahead of real time. However, I did have the month changed to July. It's November right now, November the 30th, but I changed the month to July just so we could have a bit of sunlight, and then the sun should start setting as we drive up towards Carlisle. Carlisle, right? Are we at? Wait, are we at Carlisle now? Going to? No, we're going to Carlisle. Okay, cool. Yep. So Preston is in the south. Carlisle's up north. Good to know. Right, I think we're ready to get a move on. Let's respond to the guard buzzer. Right. Speed limit 35. I'm going to try drive this properly. In the first video, I wasn't really taking it too seriously, but this time I'm actually going to do my best to drive it as comfortably as possible. I'm just making sure that I haven't forgotten anything. Train heat on. What's this switch here? Cab light. We'll turn the cab light on because it's probably going to get dark. Yeah. Alright, cool. Train brake release. We've already got our straight air brake on. We're in forward. Right, so let's give it hold, notch up, 1 notch of power, straight air brake off, and we are away. Give it another notch, another one, another one. Just gonna keep notching it up until we get into the halfway up the yellow zone. We got an F in the sorry indication. I keep trying to call it a theatre box indication, but then again, this is set in the 80s, so it would technically be referred to as a theatre box if we're imagining that we're driving this in the 80s. So yeah, nowadays they call it a sorry indication, obviously. Speed limit is 35. We do need to keep that in mind. Continue to notch it up for now. Lancaster, we are due there in about 10 minutes. We're on level terrain at the moment. Alright, let's run it down and do a running brake test quickly. Just keeping an eye on this little gauge here, waiting for that to reach 0, which tells us that the power is completely shut off, or no power is being applied, however you'd like to word it. Let's give it about 70% braking is a bit heavy. That wasn't intentional, but it is what it is. Just observe our speed fall by 10 miles an hour, then overcharge the brakes. And then we'll run up the power. Again, just holding it as we get to as we start to get towards the red zone. Like I said, halfway up the yellow zone seems to be the sweet spot. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Alright, let's run it back up. I was in the notch up position, giving it run up bursts, but I should have been in the hold position, giving it notch up bursts. We seem to be doing all right for now. Got about 50% power applied at the moment. Speed limit is 80 miles an hour. Shortly going up to 110. Kind of graffiti is that? Look like the Snapchat icon. Let's run it up again for a bit. just getting used to the muscle memory of this tap changer. It's very awkward at first. Like, I'm not used to it. It's only my second time driving this, so yes, it is. It's gonna take me a while to get used to it. Are we in full power? No, we're at 80% at the moment. So not too long ago, I was talking about green zone and yellow zone and red zone and all of that. If you didn't see the last video and you don't have a clue about the Class 87 electric locomotive, when I'm talking about green zone and yellow zone and all of that, I'm more or less referring to the ammeter. The ammeter is just, it tells you how much amps you're currently providing the not engine, providing the motors with. I think I'm not the smartest engineer out there. So yeah, once that, you can see the needles there, and then you got two separate gauges. If these needles start to get towards the red zone, then that means you're applying too much power. So we're currently in 80% power. I'm gonna run it up to 100, so we're now in maximum power. And because we're traveling at a high enough speed, we don't need to worry about giving it too much amps. You can see it's just on the boundary of the yellow zone there, and that shouldn't go any higher than that. If anything, it should start to come back down towards the green zone. So yeah, it's all good. Speed limit 110. A really strong sensation of movement that I'm getting right now. I'm not sure what it is. We're only doing 90 miles an hour, but it feels like we're traveling a lot faster than that. It's kind of weird. And we do have suspension as well. I can see a bit of suspension animations there, which is a nice touch. Just keeping an eye on the tram on there because I know Lancaster can't be too far away. We are due there in about 6 minutes. And this is going to be a 2-part video, so I need to, where would be a good place to split the video in half? Lancaster, Oxenholme, Penrith. Probably Oxenholme. Yeah, I'll probably split it out Oxenholme. All I need to do is buy a USB stick, and then I won't have to do this nonsense with splitting the videos in half, but I just can't be bothered. I think it's because share factories are very easy. Hold on, am I doing this right? Yeah. Yeah, share factory is very easy to use, so yeah. We're gonna run the power down from now. Another thing I need to remember is that it takes ages for the power to be run down on this. Like, you can literally see it cycling back through all the power notches, like the entire power range back down to 0. We're gonna hold it at about 10 to 20% and then start notching it back up, just trying to find that sweet spot. Although we seem to be balanced out at 108 right now. Speed limit is 110, so I think no, we're losing speed. Losing speed ever so slightly, so we're gonna start notching it up again. So we're at about 25% right now, or 30%. We'll see what that does for us. Sorry guys, I need to turn that off. The objective marker thing just on my screen. I didn't even realize that I was about to go to the main menu. What am I doing? HUD and gameplay, stop marker off, scenario marker, objective marker off. Yeah, that should do the trick. Imagine if I went back to the main menu, that would have ruined my day. Still losing speed, so again, just gonna keep notching up the power. I think I'm gonna run it up for a bit, in fact. Alright, I just saw a neutral section warning, so gonna run down the power before we get to that neutral section. Alright, power has been fully run down, so let's put the tap changer handle into the off position. Wait until we pass through the neutral section, then we can reapply power. Even though we're losing speed, it is what it is. There's the neutral section there. Alright, so we should be clear of that now, so let's continue to run the power up. How far until Lancaster? 11 miles. Yeah, we must be running late because we're due there in about 4 minutes. So yeah, not good at all. I do like the sound of the contactors, the electrical contactors in the back whilst you're running up the power. I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear it, but there was a little yeah, that's the electrical contactors. Again, I'm not too sure what they do, but they made that sound when you're cycling through the power notches. I'm guessing it controls the amount of electricity that's being distributed to the motors. Alright, so at 105, we're gonna start notching down. In fact, we'll run it down to about 80. I think the run down position is way more convenient with the run up and run down positions. I'm not sure why I'm always notching up and down, especially at speeds like this. I feel like the notch up and notch down positions are more convenient at lower speeds, but the run up and run down are the better positions to be using at higher speeds like this, which is something I literally just learned just this second. So that is going to be my method from now on. 108, let's run it down a bit more. Yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of it now. Okay, 107. Still 8.2 miles out from Lancaster, so I don't need to worry about coasting for now. I'll probably start coasting when we're about 2.5 miles out. $106. We'll leave. I'll give it a bit more power just because we're running late. So we're on level terrain now. We were just climbing just then, but now we're on level terrain, so we should gain a bit more speed. It's because I'm anticipating that sudden downward gradient that's going to catch me out, and then I'm going to have to shut off the power and then get the braking in. So I don't want to be too close to 110. If I drive on this enough, I'm going to learn the route and know where every gradient is, so I won't need to be as cautious. But it's like I said, it's only my second time driving this, so yeah, man. .9 miles away from Lancaster, and we are due there right now. Is it Lancaster or Lancaster? Although I'm being a South London man, you're never gonna hear Lancaster come out of my mouth except for just then. Yeah, so yeah, Lancaster it is. Love the way we're balanced out at 106 right now. And we're on level terrain, so I need to make a note of this. So it's about just above. Let's zoom into that. That is 60, about 60% power. So if we remember 60% power to maintain 106, 107 on level terrain, then we'll be all good. 3.9 miles until Lancaster. Oh my goodness, I said Lancaster, even though I said I wouldn't. Until Lancaster. Hope everyone's doing okay as well. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. I slept for 15 hours. Not relevant in the slightest, but yeah, I slept for 15 hours for some reason. I woke up not too long ago. It's 6:03 p.m. right now. I went to bed at about 11 p.m. last night, and I was just in and out of sleep. And then yeah, I could see a flashing yellow. I could see a flashing yellow signal, and we're 2.6 miles away from Lancaster as well. So let's get the power shut off. 75 limit coming up. We're doing 103, then back up to 85, then up to 90. But I can see the platform coming up. Gonna get the brakes in at 2 miles. So now, braking now. Oh, excuse me, about 70% braking to begin with. Are we going to be slowed down in time for that 75 limit? Yes, we are. So need to remember we got a downward gradient coming into Lancaster. It's nice that we have that flashing yellow signal though, because that is a good indication that you need to get the brakes in. Reducing the braking force now. Oh, so the 75 limit isn't associated with a turnout. I thought it was going to be associated with a turnout into the platform. I've overcooked it on the brakes way too much. Let's get those released. The train can actually slow down, I won't lie. I think the initial brake application was a bit too heavy as well. I think maybe 50% initially should do the trick. That's standard practice. I don't know why I'm doing 80 and all of that. 50% should be more than enough. Alright, back into first application. What is that? Position 1, junction indication with a single yellow, so we can expect a red at the end of the platform. 50 miles an hour, platform coming up. Get a bit more braking in there. I want to be doing about 20 into the platform, to be honest. Oh my goodness, 15 miles an hour. Oh wow, I was not paying attention. I was not paying attention at all. That was catastrophic. 15 miles an hour. Oh. Alright, thankfully that wasn't a really tight turnout. I'm not sure why the speed limit is 15 for that, but yeah. So other than that overspeed incident just then, that was a pretty beautiful approach. Could have braked a bit later as well. This signal doesn't have an AWS magnet for some reason. What train is that? Is that that looks like a 101. We got a 101 departing in the distance there. I didn't even know I owned that, to be honest. I think, what route does that probably came with the I'm slowing down way too early. Yeah, the 101 probably came with the West Somerset Railway, because I do own the West Somerset Railway. There was a red signal on the left over there somewhere, and I was looking at that thinking that's where I needed to be stopped at, but in actuality I'm meant to be stopping at the end of the platform. So yeah, it threw me off a bit. Very slow approach. Nice and comfortable for the passengers though. There we are, perfect. Full service. I keep accidentally going into emergency. It's really annoying. Neutral, door release on the left. and we don't have a driver reminder appliance, so our yeah neutral is would be our DRA. Going into neutral is our driver reminder appliance on a train like this. Maybe the parking brake. Maybe they use the parking brake as a DRA. Who knows? But I'm guessing. Actually, no, because we did have the 101. We had the 101 departing from that platform on the left. So this signal, we might actually be following another train for a bit because we are running late as well. It's telling me to lock the doors. Okay, good. Yellow aspect. We've even got working off indications. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. I see you, developers. Oh, I mean, I don't see you now with that dodgy external camera, but I see you with the off indications. Good work, good work. Credit where credit is due. Let's get those doors closed. Respond to the guard. Departing on a single yellow signal. Very problematic. Especially on a route I'm not familiar with. I'm praying that jumps up to a double yellow in time before we pass it. Straight air brake max. Train brake release. There we go, it's jumped up to a double yellow, thank goodness. Right. And we're away. Not hesitating to notch up this time. And signal is now jumped up to a green aspect, so we have nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's just giving that 101 a bit of time to get ahead of us. Speed limit is still 15 for crying out loud. Ah. It didn't look like we were it looked like we just had a straight shot into the open, if that made any sense. Like I didn't think we had a like I thought the speed limit was 90. I thought the speed limit was 90. I don't know why. Like, it just didn't seem like the speed limit was 15 based on how the track looked. But obviously that's one of the main rules in the railway industry. Don't make assumptions. Alright, speed limit is now 25. Let's begin notching up again. Nice little bridge here. If anyone knows what river this is, please let me know, even though I can easily go into Google Maps. Let's run it up for a bit because it's taking too long. I don't have time for this. We're going uphill as well. Speed limit is 100. Next station Oxenholme, my people. Next station Oxenholme. I'm gonna study the life out of this track monitor from now on as well, because yeah, I'm not as disciplined as I used to be. Like back in the day, I would really study a route before I drove on it, just so I could drive it HUD-Less straight away. But I don't really do that nowadays, which is bad. I definitely need to. I think I'm gonna actually sit down and just do a bit of note taking whilst watching YouTube. I'll probably do it later today, just so I can learn this route quickly and drive it HUD-Less, because then I can have a better driving experience. I won't have all these dumb little overspeed incidents. Right, we got a neutral section coming up, so let's get that power ran down. There's a lot of neutral section on here. The neutral sections on here. The last one wasn't too far back. Alright, power's shut off. Speed limit is now 110, I think. I'm sure I saw 110 on the thing somewhere. On the track monitor. Or I think I'm bugging. I might be bugging. Where's the neutral section, please? There it is. You can see the land light over there, and this indication temporarily extinguishing and then re-illuminating, which is typical for a train going through a neutral section. I'm not even gonna try explaining what a neutral section is, because I'm gonna end up making myself look like a clown, which is something I always do, but that's next level. You got a lovely view of the, I don't know what sea that is. Is that the Irish Sea? I think that's the Irish Sea. Oh, we're at max power. Okay. Oxenholme station in 15 miles, so we got a bit of a run. We're due there in 4 minutes, but hey ho. I thought the sun would have started setting by now, but I don't think it is. It's 6:49 in game time. Maybe if I set the month to maybe October, or not October, maybe that September, then we could have had that nice sunset as we were driving along. But I think July's probably too early on in the year for that. We got a shunt signal over there. One of the older shunt signals. Do you know what? I'm gonna run the power down from now. Just a bit, because I don't wanna. We're on a downward gradient, so I don't wanna. I'm pretty sure the 87 doesn't have that horn. I'm sure the 87 has a funny sounding horn, like slightly higher pitched. I might be incorrect. I wasn't meant to run the power all the way down. I don't know why I did that. Apologies for the background noise. Yeah, I've ran the power down too much. Let's get that back up. Oh, we're going uphill now, okay. So we can max the power out again. Got some sheep in the field over there as well. Bit of a severe gradient that we're on right now, struggling to get past 102 miles an hour. So yeah, 1 in 136 is relatively steep for a train like this. Pendolino would eat this gradient up, but not an 87. Okay, we seem to be going back downhill, so we're gonna get that power ran down. Let's hold it at about 70%, see what that does. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Run up. Oh, it's because I think it's because I'm accidentally going into the shut off position. So I think that just automatically, yeah, you're not going to be allowed to run it back up until, okay, that makes sense. So I need to be more cautious with the tap changing handle. When I go into the shut off position, it forces the power to run all the way down. So I need to make sure I don't do that. We're back on level terrain so we can. Let's take it up to 80%. Yeah, the reason I keep accidentally going into the shut off position is because at the moment I still have the my muscle memory associated with the run up position is identical as my muscle memory associated with the run down position, even though the mechanics between those two positions are slightly different. The run down position is spring loaded like the run up position, and that is something I'm taking longer than a normal person would to get used to. So yeah, speed limit is reducing to 100 miles an hour by the looks of it. 1.7 miles. Can't really do it 104, so not too much to worry about. When we're about a mile out, I'll probably just get the power shut off. .6 miles until Oxenholme. Let's get the power shut off. Sorry, I need to leave that on in off, don't I? Oh no, we're already down to 100. Okay, so we'll run it back up. Hello. Okay, there we go. Beautiful work. You're kidding me. Did you guys see the 100 speedboard? That was so hard to make out. You have to be on point with the route knowledge when you're driving on a route like this. I can't even imagine what it's like at night time. That is ridiculous. There was a signal right next to it though, so I guess you could use the signal as a reference point. We're losing so much speed, it's unreal. It's these upward gradients, man. Might as well max out the power. 3.9 miles to go. .96. Let's start to run it down a bit. 97. Let's run it down a bit more. Let's run it back up a bit because we are losing a bit of speed. Just trying to find that sweet spot. 2.8 miles to go, so I'm gonna start thinking about coasting in a minute. We're downhill once again, so I'm assuming it's going to be downhill for the rest of the way into Oxenholme. Speed limit goes down to 90 in a minute. We got another neutral section coming up, so let's just get the power shut off. Alright, 1.9, 1.8. We'll do 50% braking, 1.7 miles out, and we'll see what that does for us. We're going uphill again, thankfully, so we don't have too much to worry about. 79. I'm gonna reduce the braking from now because I don't want to have another. Hold on. Yeah, just I thought I just completely release the brakes as we go through the neutral section because the rear static brakes were doing their thing. I don't know if it's healthy to have rear static brakes active whilst going through a neutral section. It could be, that could be the case, but I don't know, so better safe than sorry. Again, I'm braking too early. Like, this thing has very effective brakes. It could be the upward gradient. I think if this was a downward gradient, it would be a completely different story. But yeah, man, right. I guess we can brake a lot later then. We can really brake a lot later. 47 miles an hour. Let's up the braking force a bit. See the platforms coming up in the distance there. Yeah, this upward gradient is really, really helping us slow down. We're already down to 30 miles an hour. Really long platform as well. Ooh. Oh, oh, bit of an overshoot, but the passenger carriages are on the platform, so we're all good in that sense. Let's not accidentally go into the emergency position again. Door release on the left. Right, so how long have we been recording for? 43 minutes. So yeah, that is going to conclude part one of this commentated drive between Preston and Carlisle. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Constructive feedback and criticism is more than, I can't even remember my outro. Constructive feedback and criticism is more than welcome in the comment section below and is highly appreciated. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. I will catch you guys in the next one. Love.